Hold on one second. I think somebody's missing from this Zoom. Isn't there supposed to be a dog in this Zoom?
There should be. There should be, and it's become more than the music now. I just post dog videos and pictures. I have a complete obsession.
Well, Jonas, that's actually the only real reason that I requested this Zoom interview was the dog. So this is kind of awkward.
Yeah, I know. I'm not surprised.
Jonas Blue, welcome to America's Dance 30. It's so good to see you, man.
Good to see you, man. It's been a while. It's been a minute.
Yeah, we were talking about this. I think the last time we hung out and caught up was really quickly at Miami Music Week last year. But even that feels like it was like 5 years ago.
Do you know what? I was saying this to my manager the other day. Do you know what? The one thing I really miss is just being in Miami and just walking around, Collins and all the other places, and just with a drink in hand, seeing people down the street, going to the hotels. I love going to Pete Tong's party and things like that. Obviously, I play Ultra when I'm there, but I miss that.
Now, when we were in Miami, we were talking about how insanely busy you were, with as crappy as everything has been in 2020. Has that been a little bit of a blessing for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a huge blessing because there's been a change musically with what's been going on here. So it's been great to be back home, observe what's happening and just kind of work out, a slight change in sound for me. I always want to move on. I think obviously that was quite clear from the start with, having Fast Car right to the point of having Naked of where we're at now. I always try to move the sound and move it on. Obviously, it still has my sound very much within it, but I like to move on musically with what's happening. So it's been great to observe all of that with what's been going on, and yeah, just take a step back because, as you know, being on the road, you move. Especially for me, I'll be doing 4 or 5 shows a week, and they'll be all in different countries. So your brain is really kind of frazzled, and it's been good to be home and get some sleep and just be a little bit more observant of what's going on. So yeah, I've enjoyed it. I'm ready to get back on the road now, though. Absolutely.
And that's pretty much what everybody has been saying is that, yeah, obviously it is so crappy, but it's really given everybody a chance to kind of step back and let their bodies catch up because the schedule that you guys hold was insane.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, especially last year, it got to a point where it was just, it was non-stop, and obviously where I do everything, from making the songs, writing the songs, mixing the songs. I'm involved in every part of the process, even down to the video treatments and things like that. So I have a lot going on. I'm not one of those artists that lets other people get on with it. So yeah, along with that and doing all the shows that we had last year, it was a lot. It was a lot, and I had the bags under my eyes and sleep deprived and all that kind of nonsense. So yeah, it's been great to be home.
Wait, sure. You're looking great. The fire behind you is looking great. I appreciate you setting the mood for us. Now, congratulations on -- Naked with Max. I know it was Max's first #1. Was it your first #1 on the dance chart?
I don't think so. I think I've had a few. I've been very lucky to have a few on there. And it's always, being a Brit, it's always great to see the music doing well over there. I'm always so blessed, and it's been great, and it's been great to share that moment with Max as well because he is an amazing artist, and we had so much fun making this record. Yeah, it was great to have a #1 on this. It's been amazing. I'm always blessed, and it always makes me work harder on the next one. So
now the song, if I remember correctly, it dropped back in June, I want to say. Yeah. But when did you guys actually finish it?
We finished it probably April, May.
Oh.
And the crazy thing is that the one thing that we did on this record is we actually released the music video on the same day as the single being released, which is something that I've never done before, video and release. And that was crazy because we had just gone into lockdown in the UK, full complete lockdown. So there was no way of me leaving my house to go and shoot a video. The way that we actually did that was we used my driveway at home. We also used the piano scene in the music video. It was actually the live room in my studio, using the grand piano there, and we had to make it work because I couldn't leave the house. So that was really interesting, and we spent, I think it was 15 hours, I think, on Zoom with the video director in LA.
Jesus.
Yeah, so it was a lot, and it was all around, I think, April, May time we did that, and finishing the single at the same time.
Well, you also just did an amazing live stream, Electronic World. Where was that shot?
So the crazy thing was, it was actually shot in a warehouse, but that had nothing to do with it. I mean, it was literally one camera. It's crazy because this had never been done before, the way the visuals were done, especially in our world. And what it was just one camera on a green screen. But this camera was able to do kind of multi-angles. It didn't move, it just stayed there. And what they did is everything was all computer generated, so all the angles that you see within Electronic World, you saw it kind of all moving, and all of a sudden I'd be on some mad street and there would be like hotels moving in and the camera angle would be moving. That camera was just in front of me.
Jeez.
So it was all computer generated, and it was something that had never been done before, with all the different scenes. 1 minute I'm in water and the DJ booth is above water, and then all of a sudden, like I said, we'll be in a street, and you'll have these mad hotels kind of moving in whilst I'm DJ. It was crazy, and full props to the two companies that were involved, NTRP and Boxcat. They were the ones who came to me with the idea and said, we think we could really make this work, and do you want to try it? And I was like, absolutely. And it was a great experience.
Now, Jonas, with you being used to doing huge festivals like Ultra, like we were talking about, doing a live stream where it's just you in front of one camera, is that hard for you to do?
It is and it isn't. I mean, I kind of come from a performing background, so I'm able to just, imagine there's a crowd there, and obviously I've been blessed to be in front of many crowds. So I just kind of took myself back to, one of those moments, and just imagine there was, thousands of people in front of me, and I can perform quite easily to camera that way. However, there's nothing like doing, a real performance with a crowd there in front of you to vibe off. I mean, I always have this thing that whenever, it doesn't matter where I'd be, whether it's Ultra or EDC or anywhere like that, I'd always kind of pick a group out in the crowd, and what I'd do is I'd almost just kind of focus on them for a while and imagine that I'm partying with them. So I kind of miss that element, because there was none of that there. All I had was like my bald tour manager just in the corner with his leather jacket on in the UK, and it was like, this is not what I'm used to.
Yeah, but he's definitely a party by himself, though.
He's definitely a party by himself, yeah.
Well, Jonas, you just finished a remix for Miley. You just dropped a remix for Madison Beer. Are you ever not working?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in here all the time. I'm constantly working. I've wanted to work with Madison for a while. I think she's an incredible artist. And Miley, I mean, one of the biggest records in the world right now, with Midnight Sky, and that was such a privilege to remix that. Again, very kind of different in terms of sound for me, but it's kind of taking it back to my roots. I used to be signed to Defective Records back in the days, so it's going back to some of them roots in my early days of the classic kind of house music that I used to do.
So what's next for Jonas Blue?
I'm working on the singles at the moment. I'm looking to do one more collaboration, possibly by the end of the year. I have a couple of people in mind that I want to do it with. The song's already written. I wrote it a few weeks ago, and I'd love to do a collaboration, but only because the previous collaborations that I've done, whether it be Tiesto and Rita Ora with Ritual, or MK and Becky Hill back and forth, I've always enjoyed doing collabs with other DJs, and I always bring my song and pop element to it as well. So I love doing that, and I would love to do another collaboration by the end of the year. So I'm kind of working on that. The song's written, like I said, and it's just about finding the right collaborator for that. And then possibly February for my next single. So I'm just I've got a few options. I've got about 10 singles here that I've been working on. So that's my plan at the moment. I'm doing bits of songwriting. I was in with Liam Payne again a few weeks ago, and I'm hopefully going to be involved in his project and I'm writing for that. So yeah, just lots of things going on. I'm very excited. It's a good time. It's been a good time.
Well, listen, you don't have to feel awkward. If you want me for the collab, you just let me know. You can just ask.
That's why I'm here. You know, I specifically asked if Brian could do the collab with me, and look, I'm here to ask you, will you do it?
We'll talk. I'll have my people get in touch with your people. Jonas Blue, congratulations on another #1 with Naked. Congratulations on all the remixes. I can't wait to get together again and have dinner together.
That was one of the last times we were together. Yeah. Where was that?
That was in Tampa. Before your show, we grabbed dinner, and then you did a show where we were all doing shots beforehand.
Yes, that was one of them. And you know what I remember from that? It was I have this really weird memory where I remember certain things. So we went for dinner, and then I think we walked to the club or something like that afterwards. And I can't remember if I asked you or if I asked someone else, the group that we were with. This is a thing in the US that you guys sell cupcakes, but from vending machines. And we walked past somewhere that sold cupcakes from a vending machine. I couldn't believe it. It was insane.
24 hours. You could walk up to it.
24 hours. And we don't have that here. I remember specifically, that was on that street when we went for dinner. I remember.
Welcome to America.
Welcome to America. Amazing. But always, thank you so much for the support, as always. I mean, you know this. You've been there from the start with me. So thank you so much, as always. It's always appreciated. And I thank you very much.